Yo, what the fuck is going on? Today is December 16th. We're going to be going over penny stocks, pre-market, and open market. We're going to start with AMPG. AMPG has been a recycled name for like the past 5 or 6 days now. Just trying to keep track of it just in case it does move. Last week we did see stuff that was a day one runner. On day three it would run and so on. So it's always good to kind of keep some of these up, especially when the market is choppy. You never know where the volume is going to go to. AMPG today didn't really do anything. It is holding up though. So if we look over here, like 260s, it's over the first day's high here at 250. So definitely is a name to keep on watch just in case we do get a break over 320. Bunch of key levels up above, so we'll see where that goes this week. Moving on over to CDIO. This one was a recycled name as well. This one was like a grinder stock that continued to run. It got to $1.94 in pre-market 2 days ago. It tried to push here, straight volcano. Typical plays like this that are day one, day two, day three names that try to push up to previous highs and then volcano back down tend to be ass. In which case this was ass, no volume there, so it just died off. Once you get to no volume, tend to just kind of get rid of it. All right, moving over to LAES, LAES, LAES chips. LAES chips ran on December 11th. It had a pop and then just kind of grinded downwards. It then had a push in the next day's pre-market, kind of up to its previous highs, but then went flat for the entire day. So we've had 2 days where open market has been dog shit, and then pre-market we have some pushes that are like straight up and then sideways. So to me, I have been really bad playing this ticker myself, so I just kind of left it up just to watch it just in case. We obviously have this push here at I think 4. Yeah, so today in pre-market it goes straight up, goes sideways. This to me is very similar to the first day where it pushed. It will go straight up, sideways. So I thought best case is what it did here, is where we kind of view pattern out of the gates. This was kind of a nice little dip here. This was a nice dip here. I don't know 240 if that was kind of like a previous high. I didn't have this one well marked. Let's see, 240. Not really seeing anything on that, but there was a support line here at 240. Nice push. Nice little 1 minute flag right here. Nice little flag up here at 270s as well. It does push to pre-market highs near 3 and then comes all the way back down. At this point, I thought this was done. And again, last week was choppy as fuck. It was trending, Monday I think was the best. Tuesday got a little bit worse. Wednesday a little bit worse. Thursday a little bit worse. Friday was, I think, absolute dog shit. So coming into this week, my goal was to trade very lightly. We did see a lot of morning dips and rips, kind of view patterns last week, which I ended up doing pretty good on, and then just kind of leaving the market. So to me, this was pretty much done here. But again, we always want to keep an open book just in case the market can turn on a dime. It can turn extremely bad in a matter of minutes, hours, or it can turn really good in a matter of hours. So I don't know if something else sparked this. It could have been, so we're going to go over SIDU and also TNXP. We'll look to see what time those things kind of ran up, but this could have been kind of a momentum play based off of 2 of the other tickers that had big plays today. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was just by itself. But we do have this push here. It tries to rotate over VWAP, fails, comes back down, pushes back. This flag right here isn't too bad. I would have liked it if I was trading it to come back up to like 295 area, but close enough. Nice dip here. You have VWAP and 270 again as support. It goes straight up, breaks the pre-market high, and then it consolidates here. We have a failed rotation here. We do have it holding over pre-market highs, so You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas where it holds over. So that's extremely bullish. If you're playing more of the long game, kind of soaking in some of these dips down to 3, this would have been really good play. Nice push here overall. If I was looking at this, I saw it come back down. Obviously, dips to pre-market high would have been good. This seems very kind of fucking like, it's like kind of almost barcoding here, just low volume candles. Not really my style of trading, but seeing this and then this fail too kind of is a little bit weird, but it still holds this area and then just grinds upwards into 350s. Getting close to the end of the day here. We'll see if this gets a push in after hours or not. But overall, this is super nice to see. I think this is the first open day or midday push for LAES that's not in pre-market or after hours. So nice to see this as well. And then we're going to move on. Moving to Loop. Loop was a day 2 move. Loop ran on Friday, running kind of in pre-market, but not really in open hours. Open hours, it did kind of like a dip and rip, but again, no volume here. Not really going to look at it. NMHI, a lot of people were talking about this one, but again, we have so many instances of names that are well below their previous runs. And then this is, to me, a straight backside. So if we look at the 1 day 30, well, we're already on that. If we go back in time, we look at, so November 25th, we had a pop to 430, and then it straight up died. And then we also had a run here on November 13th. It pushed to $7 and then died out. So this play isn't even getting back to the smaller push that it had earlier. So now we're way down here. It's looking like a ski slope. These tend to fail. Not all of them do, but most of them do. So I always stay away from those. Going over to RCAT. This is a higher priced one. I'm not sure what the float is on this. I didn't really love the pre-market. We were close to the yearly highs at 1250. This pre-market is just not something that you typically see a whole lot of, so trying to predict what would happen on this is kind of a little bit difficult. It goes straight up at open. It doesn't halt at all. There is a gap fill level from 960 to 1050. I don't know what this is, but that's crazy. Just look at this, just fucking straight up. That's wild. Those are cool to look at in hindsight, but that's just riding the 190 MA all the way up. That's cool. But I'm probably not really going to pay attention to this too much. I don't know if this is news related or what, but we got more things to talk about here. So moving to SIDU. All right, so this one was one of the bangers of the day. I liked it. It was one of the only kind of day 1 moves that didn't have pass moves, that wasn't super under structure. The only thing I didn't like about this was it already kind of filled this gap level from 162 to 224. But we are like this pre-market is really nice. It's not coming from under $1. So as far as halts go, it's not going to be a halt stock. So it has a bunch of things that I like. It's in a downtrend, which has also been, not strongly bullish, but as far as predicting a kind of morning dip and push pattern, we've been seeing a lot of this. I actually didn't get this. I was trading, I think, WBUY for the morning kind of dip and rip version of this. But I was definitely eyeing this up, especially with a lot of stuff that has a key level that is slightly breaking it at open, and reclaims with volume tends to be really good as far as a push play. So this thing pushed straight up into the downtrend and then went straight back down. I think I actually did try some here on the push down to like VWAP area for like another kind of flag push back up to pre-market highs, or just in this area right here. Did not get that, but it did come all the way back down. It held its initial push in pre-market here over here at like $2 essentially. To me, I was done with this one. I thought the market would be kind of dead today, which I was wrong, which is good because fuck, I want to be trading this kind of stuff. But just on Friday, on Thursday last week, the market was dog shit. So you kind of have to assume dog shit until I see otherwise. That's kind of what I go by, and it's kind of helped me a lot. So, but we have this uptrend here. It does break back over VWAP in this gap level here at 224. So the thing that reeled me into this one was we also have this break of the downtrend right here. We have this push, and it comes all the way back down to this uptrend. We haven't seen a whole lot of uptrend plays in a while, although uptrends were super hot back in, I would say summertime, like August, maybe August, October, September. This was a super strong pattern, just kind of an uptrend that's below pre-market highs was all over the place. The thing that got me into this, if we go to TNXP real quick. So TNXP, I also was under structure. We'll talk about it after SIDU first. But this thing, I tried taking some here, I tried taking some here, and I kept getting fucking stopped out. But I noticed, obviously, we just haven't seen it in a while, but it's been holding this uptrend. And these ads were gold right here on TNXP, if you got them. But so noticing that TNXP was holding, and then I think at this point, TNXP was already up here. For me, SIDU, I was waiting for it to dip back down to this trend line, which it did. And I got this trade, which is super nice, but I cashed my bag out early. I didn't get any of this stuff up here, but it is nice seeing something else work. This is also kind of the downtrend resistance line as well. So you kind of have multiple things here. You have VWAP, you have the inch 200, you have the gap level. So tons of reasons why to add this spot. Doesn't mean it's gonna work all the time, but it's nice to see this push here. And with TNXP going as well, I thought this could follow, but when it kind of stalled out here, I was a little not nervous, but didn't know if we were gonna have two big runners of the day. But she came all the way back down. She did break this uptrend that I have, but this was a nice hold here, kind of like a little double bottom flag. It breaks its own mini downtrend right there, and then just fucking skyrockets into outer space, which is pretty fucking nice to see. Hopefully this kind of stuff continues. I'm still a little on the fence with tomorrow. Back-to-back super bullish days. We'll have to see. But hopefully this stuff continues into Christmas. That'd be fucking nice. But nice push here. We have a previous day run at 310, so obviously that's a key level. A nice flag here. It doesn't come all the way back down to pre-market highs at 270, but it goes straight up. And then we have another flat flag here. These are kind of like difficult to play in my opinion. I like to see this come back down, hold 270, and then push. Stuff that's just kind of floating up here, I think risk reward wise is sometimes a little bit difficult, but it does push here. It has a flat flag here over 320s, and another push to 4. So these flags are super nice as far as bullish plays. We do, after that move, have kind of a longer consolidation period. At this point, we're well above structure. We haven't seen this type of move all of last week. We haven't seen this stuff in a while. I think there's only maybe one in the past couple weeks that have broken pre-market highs, and I think it was like CMRX or CTMRX, something like that. But we do have a nice double bottom flag here, pretty standard stuff. And then we have kind of this sideways flag holding over this kind of support line at 360. She busts a nut again, and she continues to bust nuts. I don't really have a whole lot of levels here from 4 to 5, but I mean, this flag right here is very similar to this move, except a shorter time frame. You have a downtrend, it breaks, it kind of holds the previous resistance spot of that first pushback. You have the first pushback here, it kind of holds over top of that and then pushes again. So, and then from here it holds the 190 EMA, and then just has been kind of in a free fall since what the hell was that, 3 o'clock? So yeah, past hour it's been kind of downfall. But we'll see where it goes in after hours. This was super clean, so many good moves here. Yeah, so I think the key thing was, you know, everyone or a lot of people expected this maybe to fade off a cliff after the open, but it comes back, puts in a nice flag here, and then shoots to the stars. So we'll be reviewing that more as far as flags and trend lines and all that, kind of prepping for tomorrow. Moving to TNXP, this thing I really didn't think could do a whole lot. It did run previously back here on November 20th, and the highs there were 32 cents. The one thing though about this one is it did break it a couple times and then kind of faded back down. So a lot of the other recycled names that are just kind of dead cat bounces, they'll come up to like here at 28 and then just fade back down. So this being already at the highs and breaking them is kind of a bullish sign, different than previous runners, I would say. Although pennies have been ass as well. So you have a bunch of things to me that say this shouldn't be amazing. We have this pop here and it comes back down. I'm still not very interested. However, it does come back up to here at 32 to pre-market highs essentially. Well, actually pre-market highs is 34. Yeah, so 34, but this was 32 is still a key level. So you kind of have this cup and handle look a little bit, but it comes all the way back down. Again, I didn't like it down here. I tried some off of like 31 off of this level to kind of make this push. Once it broke that, coming back all the way down again, I'm still thinking in terms of the market being bearish in penny stock land. But it kind of starts to form this uptrend, nice push into pre-market highs, comes all the way back down to that uptrend, and then has a huge just grind motion up through pre-market highs. There's a gap level here at 35 to 36. This flag right here was juice. Very juice right there. Double bottom flag where we have a kind of dip and suck pattern off of a key level. These are always super nice. You can risk this. The bottom of this candle, ads are in this area, but yeah, that was a nice little flag right there, and then spike up to 44, and then we have a long consolidation pattern here. We also have a kind of downtrend here. It breaks that, so this flag kind of sucks where it's holding this level, did the previous high. It breaks it, comes back down all the way back down to here, and then grinds back again and then pushes through. So this one was more sometimes like a grind action. So this part to me would have been a little bit more difficult to add into with confidence. I like these plays more, but that's just kind of the way this ticker kind of went to town. We do have a nice flag here, nice dip and suck pattern again. Beautiful candle there that holds the 42 mark. Another push, kind of flat consolidation here, holding of 44. To me, this is, again, still a little bit tough because it's longer extended period of time. It busts a nut again and goes sideways. V-shaped U pattern, and then just kind of opened or closed almost near the highs here. So holy shit. I mean, that's almost too much to kind of go over. There's so many different types of patterns. There's so many, you have quick patterns, you have extended patterns, a lot going on. But the big thing I see here is just continual uptrend patterns, holding key levels, soaking. This is the kind of trading that is, to me at least, is the easiest type. This kind of stair stepping all the way to close is like fucking gold. I think in the past couple of months we've had super bullish weeks, but a lot of the times it's straight up, straight down. price action. So it's good to see this kind of just long extended, and I think it even held, if we kind of look at this trend line down here, you know, if you kind of drag this out, you know, it basically held this whole trend line the entire day. So super clean. I guess that's this dip right here, I guess you could have added with confidence in. But overall, between TNXP and SIDU, this today was fucking amazing. But moving on to the other garbage stocks, we have UBXG, low volume, fading into open. We're not going to go over that. WBUY was another one where I could have seen this one running. So this one, it ran on, well, not run, but it had a pop on November 19th to 32. And then we also had a run here. It pushed back in November 7th up to 58. So this one is still under the main push, but it is over the secondary one. So similar to TNXP, where we're over it or we're near it. So to me, this is more bullish, and we're over top. So I thought this could at least maybe push to pre-market highs. You know, who knows? This thing ended up kind of fading, just kind of fading off. Never kind of came back like SIDU and TNXP. Like SIDU came all the way back down and then kind of repushed. This thing just never could get momentum back to the previous level. So if this thing decided to push back to like 38, 40, we could have seen this, something like this go, but just was not the case. WKEY, last one of the day. I may have missed one. This one was a recycled name from yesterday. Day 2 move. It pushed in pre-market up to a key level 1050. It didn't look too bad. It was opening over its highs yesterday at 840, 850. So it starts to push. We do have the gap level, I think, is down there, so I'm not too worried about that. It kind of grinds upwards here. This is a nice flag here, and then halts early in the morning. This was a nice flag right here. Downtrend break and push. If there's one thing that I'm going to be looking at for tomorrow, if there's going to be another ticker that does TNXP, SIDU, where we're over pre-market highs, you know, we're kind of settling, we're not just halting all over the place, and we're kind of forming actual patterns. One thing was just extended downtrend breaks, flags, stuff like that have been really hot today at least. So that is something I'll be playing tomorrow if we have something like that. But nice push here, and I think it goes flat. Yeah. It holds this level, so that's another thing too. We have kind of like this fake head and shoulders play. It holds, and it just continues to grind and push upwards. So this one over here, a lot of choppiness, tougher to play. Over here, like the first hour or so was super clean. I think this flag was probably the best flag of the day. But you do have, like, you know, this flag right here. You have this dip and suck pattern right there, 1255. That would have been a pretty good candle to add into. Yeah, so there's a lot to go over. I'm already at 23 minutes. But if the market continues like this and we have another couple tickers tomorrow push like this, hopefully it stays, but there is no guarantee. Tomorrow could be trash just like last week. But I think it's best to wait for probably a couple tickers to make their moves. You'll probably have stuff tomorrow like WBUY that maybe looks good, and it's like, well, this thing could hold 32 pivot right here. You know, like this to me looked pretty good for maybe to come back, rotate back upwards, but it did not. So tomorrow going to be looking for stuff. I think uptrends and all that. Who knows how fast things out the gate will be, but yeah, the momentum today was off the charts, pretty good. Haven't seen this price action in a while, so pretty happy about that. And yeah, let's go ahead and fuck tomorrow.